It might be getting cold in South Africa, but things are hotting up at Evetech as they've made a specials page that's so long. It took me like an hour and a half to go through everything and then give top 10 picks, which I've extended to 11 because there's going to be an honorable mention. And away we go. Starting off with that honorable mention is a GT64 controller. This is practically a PS4 controller for 399 Rand. Touchpad works. Even the docking port, the proprietary docking port at the bottom works. I have done a full review on this. I will ask the guys to make sure that's embedded onto the page, but if you go into the Evetech YouTube, then you can view it there, and it's literally a PS4 controller with slightly more sensitive analog sticks, which you can tune down in the PS4 software. So it's actually a PS4 controller like plus in a way, maybe not quite the same build quality and stuff, but I was very pleased with everything that I saw. Battery life was good. It lasted more than the day. We sat there for 8 hours jamming on it, and it still had like 30%, 40% battery life. So if you just dock it after the fact, everything works as normal and costs like half, less than half. But starting off with the top 10 at number 10, I had to throw in the monster Persona active noise cancelling wireless. That's not African National Congress, it's for the active noise cancelling, because that actually works and works pretty damn well. 3.5mm pass through, really nice battery life on this. The 30 hours quoted is pretty accurate, and it works. It works really well. These are super premium, super nice. I have done a full review on it, which should be on this page, so I'm going to smack the Marketing Boys twice. Making it just ahead of that at number 9, it's the IKON Alpha Wireless, which work on PS4 and PC, and as quoted, work like pretty damn well. And the wireless is actually like quite interesting. The mic peters off before the headset does, so you can go about 20 meters with the headset still working, and about 10 is where the mic cuts out. But a friend of mine got one of these, and we did a little test of him running around his flat or apartment, and he basically didn't ever lose connection to us, which is great because he keeps going for smokes as we're loading up into CS games and then not reading up. So now we can shout at him and he can shout at us. It's worked out very nicely. At number 7 is this TP-Link T3U AC1300 for 299 Rand with a 2-year local warranty. You can get a MIMO capable Wi-Fi in a tiny little dongle profile on any device that has a USB 3 practically. That's nice. At a joint 7th place, it's both the Hikvision 512 gig as well as the Western Digital. Both of them have 5-year local warranties, and that means your guaranteed cost of ownership is 200 Rand per year. Now you can slap that pesky Call of Duty Modern Warfare onto this, so half of it's that and the other half you can leave for other programs. But at least now you'll load into the map and do those shader updates without wanting to pull out your hair at 200 Rand per year, which is less than a Rand a day. Less than a Rand a day guaranteed cost of ownership on these puppies. That's absolutely sick, to be very honest with you. And I remember buying my first 120 gig, mind you, Corsair Force 3 for 1,400 Rand. This is sick. Rounding out the top half at number 6, it's H100i. I've built with H100s like 30 times in all different variants. This one is a particularly nice one because it's got the RGB in it, and it comes with the new maglev fans, which is always nice to have. 5-year local warranty as well. Shows you how confident they are in this pump. These fans are some of the best high pressure fans you can get for radiators. If you were to team them up with another pair on the other side, literally they'll run at like 500 to 800 RPM and you'll never see 65 degrees. This thing is sick. Is pretty much the best all-round 240mm radiator you can buy right now. Breaking into the top half at number 5, I put in the Corsair 4000D. This case specifically, its dimensioning is very good, and it's going to have a lot better lifetime than some of the other cases, to be very honest with you. Simply because you could fit a full 240mm push-pull radiator setup in the front here and then have room to spare. The GPU support at base is 360mm. You can put an absolutely monstrous card in here. Most cards peter off at about 330. So you could have your radiator at the front, you could have it on top, you can move it up and down in the case. Like, really nicely thought out. And the top space, as you can see, is set up as such so that you can top mount the radiator, which means that you could do a custom loop in here. It's got a full front mesh, it's got a glass side panel, it's got a nice intuitive back panel layout with plenty of room to build into. The dimensioning on this case is a big plus for me. I would have been obviously happier if it came with the 3 fans up front. It just comes with a 120 in and out over here, but that's about the only drawback over here. Everything else looks really good, backed up by that Corsair 2-year warranty. At number 4, it's a product that's breaking down my resistances because the price is actually disgusting. 1499 for a Razer BlackWidow V3 TKL with green switches, fully backlit, and all the other Razer Chroma RGB-ness is really nice. And most importantly, actually, these are ABS plastic, and their ABS plastic keys have some of the best backlighting out of all of their keys, especially when text gets a little bit longer, like on pause and scroll lock and stuff. I found the PBTs to be a little bit underwhelming in their LED brightness underneath those keycaps, but the ABS worked like really nicely. It's probably the best one from Razer. So for me personally, TKLs, I've got a weak point for these, and this is a particularly nice one. It looks really nice, and the spec is like near perfect. So 1499 tier warranty, it's a good deal. At number 3, it's Alienware 25-inch 240Hz. I tested the old one of this. This is basically the same panel, but with an even better looking stand. Like, look at it. It's like looking at it from the front is almost a crime. 240Hz G-Sync as well is really, really nice, especially when you're going over 240 FPS in games like CS and now Dota as well. It's gonna feel so smooth, it's like wiping your eyes with silk. At number 2, I've put in this 10100F upgrade kit, and with my quick maths, I've derived that at 1,500 Rand, you're getting a Z490p and 16 gigs of this good Cleve memory. Now, this Cleve received Red Dot Award, which is quite a prestigious thing in 2019. It actually beat my Corsair 3466 kit, both of them running at 3200 CL16 in the exact same system. This outperformed it slightly. 10100F is a 10 core 20 thread monster. I think we don't need to cover how crazy that processor is actually, and the Z490p is more than equipped to run it. It's actually got 12 pin power support, as you can see, with this huge amount of MOSFETs and a power delivery setup for the CPU. It'll do the job. It's not the fanciest, most frill, intensive motherboard, but it's nice, it's understated, and it's got everything you could need port-wise setup. You're probably not going to be using these two with this system, right? But LAN's nice, USB 3s, more USBs, good old PS2 in case you're doing some overclocking, 7.1 channel sound card, M.2 slot where you want it. Like, it ticks the right boxes for me. But the value, like, regardless of that, for 1,500 Rand, you're getting a motherboard and RAM. How Evetech? And without further ado and any further gilding of the lily, in the number 1 spot, it's the ASUS Tough notebook. This one, the A15. Yes, Ryzen 7 4800H, 8-core 16-thread processor, plus 16 gigs of RAM, plus 512 gig NVMe, plus 144Hz IPS display, plus a 2066 gig for 23k with a 3-year warranty. That's already really good. Then they've got all the added, Type C's and all of this sort of stuff. Put it in a very, very attractive looking chassis. Nicely in between. I like it's got its foot in both worlds. It's a bit businessy, at the back, but then you check those vents at the bottom and you're like, okay, no, this laptop means business. And I kind of like what ASUS is doing with this whole tough branding thing. I think they've done an incredibly good job here, and just look at how slim and sleek and everything it is as well. Like, this is such a good product and such a good deal. And the better part is you can get an RTX GPU that's actually in stock here. Now, next week, I'm assuming that the winter sale is probably still going to be going on, so I'll pick 10 completely different products. Not to say that those are better deals than these, because I think right now, based on what's there, these are the best deals, unequivocally. But I will probably pick 10 completely different products so it can give you even more buyer's advice. So if you have enjoyed this, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side.